Now, I don't really usually make commentary videos, but this is something I really wanted to talk about. And that is extraction games. Extraction games always seem to me like the natural evolution of the Battle Royale genre. And yet, for some reason, it has never came close to the size of Battle Royales. I feel like, if you combine all the extraction games together, they cannot be as big as Fortnite. And why is that? Mechanically speaking, extractions just seem to be like the natural evolution of Battle Royales, like I said. So why aren't they succeeding? Why are there so many few success stories on this genre that should be really good? And that's one word. It all boils down to one word, and that is creativity. You see, the stuff that are people putting out AAA studios when it comes to extraction games are all generic shooters. You had games like Marathon. It's a sci-fi game set in like some kind of weird future, and everyone is like 3D printed or something. I have no idea what's going on in that game lore-wise. But yeah, it's just a generic shooter. The guns feel like guns you play literally any other game. Same thing goes for EA with their Battlefield Extraction or whatever. And I don't even know any other... Oh yeah, Tarkov and Arena. All of them are basically just shooters. Why is there no creativity? Where is the fantasy? Why are there no fantasy extractions? Why are there no... actual sci-fi extractions, because I don't count Marathon as a sci-fi extraction whatsoever. There's nothing futuristic about it, gameplay-wise. The only good fantasy extraction right now, and I can't even really call it good, it's not really that good. The only good, decent one is Dark and Darker. It has a really consistent player base, and that game is not that great. I mean, graphic-wise, gameplay-wise, it is just awful. And yet, people still play it. It just shows that there's a demand for that type of game, for fantasy extraction. And yet, for some reason, not a single one of those freaking AAA studios are working on that. Like, it could be so obvious. Like, you could make a game, like a fantasy extraction set in like a fantasy universe where the loot you get is dependent on the map. And you're like in guilds and stuff. So if you go to a desert map, you're gonna find a lot of daggers, a lot of poison weapons, or maybe like stealth cloaks and stuff. Or maybe if you go to a jungle, you'll find a lot of magical weapons with natural magic or whatever, like magic spears, or you're fighting dinosaurs. Why isn't anyone making cool stuff? Or maybe you could go to a Darkland, you're like fighting freaking vampires, and you have like crossbows and stuff you could loot and stuff. When it comes to making video games, the imagination is the limit, and these fucking AAA studios always make the most cookie cutter, basic shit when it comes to extractions. I don't understand why they keep doing that. So that's what I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about what I want to see from like my wish list on extraction games that I would love to see. Here's an obvious one that no one seems to have thought about. How about a post-apocalyptic extraction game where everyone starts at like the edges of the map, and you don't just bring in loot, you also bring in a vehicle. So you're not just risking your basic weapons and stuff and armor and whatever, you're also risking a vehicle that you come in with. Like, wouldn't that be cool? Like, everyone loads up with their own vehicle and stuff. That'd be nice, right? Why hasn't anyone done something like that? Or maybe you could even take it further. Maybe you don't just come in with a vehicle. You could come in with like a mount, like a mutant mount. You can maybe, you can even take it even further. Maybe you could have like a flying mutant mount. A post-apocalyptic extraction shooter is not something I've seen. Maybe they exist, I just haven't heard of any of them. And if I haven't heard about them, then they're probably not that good. It just seems like so obvious. Hey, Mad Max, hello. Like, everyone loves post-apocalyptic setting, and no one has done it yet. An extraction game set in a post-apocalyptic world. Loading in with guns, armor, and gadgets, and also loading up with a freaking vehicle. That sounds sick to me, and yet, for some reason, no one has thought about this, or even done it. And I honestly just blame the business people, the executives, because, oh, it's too risky. Let's just make what everyone else is making, because that's definitely not risky. Let's saturate a market. Let's saturate an already saturated market even more. It doesn't make sense. Why doesn't anyone try something unique like that? Or maybe you could make another extraction shooter set in like a dark sci-fi grim future, where you don't just come in with one loadout. You can come in with multiple that you can put in like a big vehicle that you come in with, and you can, every time you die, you can spawn back there and pick up something new. So you have multiple lives, and the game could go on longer for you. So you'd have less loading screens if you do die. And it's more risky that way, because if you do come in with a lot of loot, someone could destroy your vehicle and take multiple loadouts from you. Like, if they do destroy your vehicle, you can still try to defend it and kill them and repair, and then try to extract. That could be fun, and yet nobody has done anything like that for some reason. Yet again, all the stuff that I'm about to spit is something that nobody has ever done. And I really wish that someone would try that. I would love for my extraction games to not end at my death. That'd be like kind of fun, because you're still, it's like, oh well, if you have multiple lives, then it breaks, like it's not as risky, it's not as hardcore anymore. You're bringing in multiple loadouts. That's definitely more hardcore, but it gives you a second chance to kill the guy who got you. And, you know, I feel like in a dark fantasy setting, and you have like these giant vehicles that you spawn in with, like that'd be cool. Like, imagine like it would be risky, but people would avoid it in that game. You could fight with that vehicle against other vehicles, and that could draw attention from other people who hid their vehicles somewhere else. Like, there could be so much dynamic gameplay and stuff, and not to mention the map. You could add like mutant bosses, alien bosses, a hostile wildlife or something, like hostile plants. The imagination is literally the limit, instead of another generic shooter. Maybe you could make another extraction where you don't even play as like a humanoid being. Maybe you could play as like a monster. I've seen that people like to play as creatures because of the interest in the game called The Isle. Like, what if you made an extraction game where you play as alien monsters who evolve, and the loot you come out with is evolution. Basically, as you continue to fight and eat stuff, you become stronger, and you become like an apex predator and stuff. And when you extract, you basically are collecting a lot of apex predators that you can take in like a different mode where you're fighting other apex predators. Like, that would be cool. Or maybe another one where you are set in like a oppressive regime, and you have to be like stealthy. It's basically like a mix of Assassin's Creed and Hitman. You have to like complete missions and stuff, and there are other players doing the same thing. And if you find each other and kill each other, you have to do it stealthily, because if you're too loud, the police will come get you, and it's like an oppressive regime, so you're kind of fucked. Like that'd be fun. And a stealthy extraction shooter, a stealthy extraction battle royale. Because I don't know if I could call it a shooter. You could have like hidden weapons, like daggers and stuff. It's basically, like I said, Assassin's Creed mixed with Hitman, and you're doing targets and stuff, and you could like take disguises. Maybe you could, assassinate people and take their clothes and stuff. Basically, kind of like Hitman. That would be like interesting, right? You could have like a portfolio system where you are basically accumulating a group of agents, and if one of them dies, you lose them forever. And maybe you could go into different game modes after you level them up. Once they hit a certain level, you could even take them to, maybe Armageddon mode. Maybe like a rebellion is happening, and you have to like take a side. Like, the imagination is the limit. You can make a crazy amount of different extractions that are very unique and set you apart from the crowd. But, these AAA studios just keep making the same thing. They could literally go crazy with it. They could make a primal extraction battle royale set in like in an alternate world where the comet that killed the dinosaurs was like a giant alien ship, and the primals found it, and they became smarter, and It's all fucked. It's like a sci-fi mixed with ancient, with primal stuff. Like, that'll be interesting. I think somebody might have done that before. I don't know if someone did, but you know, you could make all types of stuff. Cyberpunk extraction, where you have like cybernetics and mixed with creative weapons. I thought Marathon would have some cool cyberpunk elements, but no, it did not. It did not. I'm just bummed, man. I'm really bummed. Multiplayer games right now are not good. Are not good at all. You have Battlefield, a game I really loved, but for some reason it seemed to lean harder into the Call of Duty crowd. I really loved Battlefield 1. I thought the new Battlefield game would be like Battlefield 1, where the maps are big, maybe a giant vehicle comes in to help the losing team to make the game less decisive. None of that happens. The maps are small, and you're always dead because it feels like a Call of Duty. Instead of like running to objectives and strategically, having your squad spawn on you. Or maybe Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals, I kind of like that game, but the goon skins are not for me. I mean, I like sexy women as much as the next guy, but it's overly done in Marvel Rivals. Like, when I played it, a Battle Royale literally had just 3 female skins. Not a single one that's like male or cool. And yeah, they just keep pushing that stuff. I don't like it. Not for me. And I don't see any other multiplayer games that are good. I mean, right now I'm just playing Smite. And that game is cancer. It's absolutely bad for my mental health. League of Legends, no. It just feels like there's no good multiplayer games. And that's really all I wanted to say. I'm really disappointed. Maybe things will change. Maybe new multiplayer games will come out and I will like them. But right now I feel burnt out because there aren't any good multiplayer games for me. I know some people might like some multiplayer games that are out there, like Overwatch. I just can't trust Blizzard after what happened in Overwatch before. I know people are saying it's good now. I just can't trust it, man. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. See you on the next one. The next video will probably be... sorry about this, Setter. Will probably be my day 2 on the Minecraft Hardcore World.